Hello guys, today I'm going to show you a lead capture tool that I built for a client once. And the base premise is you want people to get excited about AI. And the best way to do that is by just giving them some kind of, treat or something that's, oh, that can do that. And the idea with this is you just have some kind of forum on a website and the person gives in their email and name, and then we send them a message, so an email, but with a voice message attached, which is an AI voice that speaks to them, that knows their name and just tries to get them interested in AI. Because for most people, this is the main thing that they enjoy. It's something that it can do that, or something that just wows them. Because most people just don't even know with the extent to what AI is capable of. So we just give them a little bit of a tease. And we do this with ElevenLabs. And I'm going to show you today of how we can do this. So we get this email and then this attached voice message.
Hi, Leonard. Just so you know, this isn't a human speaking, but an AI. As you can tell, I'm aware your name is Leonard, but that's just a fraction of what AI can do. I'd love to delve deeper and discuss more with you. Would you like to book a call?
So, and we can now see we send someone an interesting lead magnet. And maybe they say, oh, I can do that. What else can I do? And then they get interested. And today I'm going to show you how to build something like this. So, here's the code, and we run the whole thing over a Flask server, which is basically a very light server on Python. And we have an easy way to do it and a hard way. The easy way is we can send the emails via SendGrid, and the hard way we can send the emails via Python. The thing is, sometimes you don't want to use SendGrid because you don't want to pay for the extra cost that the API of them requires, or you are just banned by SendGrid the same way I am because I just can't use it anymore. But basically we use ElevenLabs, so the ElevenLabs API, you have to go to their site and create an account and an API key, which doesn't cost you anything in the beginning for I think like 10,000 tokens or something. Then you put your SendGrid and ElevenLabs API key in the .env file, and then you basically just run the whole thing. But if you don't have SendGrid, we have to do it a bit more complicated. Then we have to send the emails with Python itself. Also, you can generally tell me if you don't like this kind of explaining, because I don't want to go line by line or to code the whole thing out because I think it's kind of unnecessary. I'm just going to explain the base of how the code works, and then you can implement it into your own applications, because this is not a finished product. This is just an idea of how you can use certain things and connect certain services together. But anyways, so first of all, we have to create an authenticated Google app because we're sending it with Gmail. So we have to go on Google Developer Console, we have to create a new app, we have to send the permissions that we can send emails and connect the Gmail API. Then we create this code, which basically sets our scopes that we can send Gmails. We run this code, we get an authentication window, we click on that, we authenticate our Gmail, and we get back this token.pickle, which is basically just our information. Then we have our app here. So we first import the ElevenLabs parts and the whole Gmail parts. Then we have our base app here, which is the template we built, so the form where we can put in our name and email. And we can also just do this with the API itself. So if you have a WordPress site, we can just connect our endpoint with that. But then we see we have our API endpoint, which is just a function of a post. So we get the information from the form, we take out the name and the email, and then we create the voice, and then we send the audio. But if you want to generate a voice, we can use this function, which uses the ElevenLabs function, which has the text, the voice, and the model. So the text is just like what we wanted to say, the voice is the one we choose, and the model is just the model that we want to use for ElevenLabs to work. And the good addition for this would be that instead of using the pre-made voices, we could say, like, what is your favorite celebrity? And then we clone like the voice of Will Smith or something, and then use that to send it to someone, which could be even more personal. But this gives you an idea of what else you can do. And then after we created this voice message, it will come to us as an MP3 file, because ElevenLabs always makes MP3s. And then we send this. So we set the subject of the email, we make the message, so hello, and then you can also fit that for what you want to say. Then we use the Python email function, which is this. We set the message to the email, then to the subject. We put the HTML inside our email, we attach that, and then we use this MIME audio, which is a function in which we take the audio file that we get and we compress it into data that we can send with an email. And then we attach that also to our email, and then we decode it, and then we put it into the function where we first try to load the credentials. So the credentials we get from our Google console or Google Developer Console to send it out from our Gmail. We build it, and then we send a message to the person. And I can also go into more detail of the code if you want me to later, but this is just like the base idea of how we can build something like this. So we get the form, which is any kind of post request, we send it to our server. In the server, we extract the text. We then send the text to ElevenLabs. ElevenLabs creates a audio file. We extract the audio file. We put the audio file and the text in the email, and we send the email to the person. And this is the base function of it. And you can build that out so much further as you want to. And this just gives you an idea of what can be done with this, or like an idea of what kind of lead captures you can build for people that makes them interesting. For example, also a thing would be you send them an AI-generated picture or something. Just anything that they can visually see or like hear or something. Because no one gives a shit about code. They care about, oh, it can do this thing, or it's just, touchable in a way. But anyways, I'm going to put the code with both functions on a GitHub, and you can then try to work with it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you found it useful, and if you did, then leave me a like and comment, and see you in the next one.